10 years ago, the idea of Netflix buying Warner Brothers would have sounded insane. Warner Brothers was a 100-year-old studio. We're talking Batman, Harry Potter. These are billion-dollar franchises. And Netflix was just a DVD mailing company with a couple original shows at the time. But slowly, it happened. One original series at a time, one filmmaker choosing streaming instead of a theatrical release, and now Netflix owns Warner Brothers. Netflix is a huge player, so I knew my wrestling documentary just had no chance on it. I self-financed it on a shoestring budget, shot, edited it myself. However, I had real distribution conversations. Airline networks, foreign rights partners, platforms asking for exclusivity windows and control. But then something clicked. 10 years ago, Netflix wasn't Netflix. And today, YouTube isn't what YouTube is going to be. So instead of selling the film, I bet on YouTube. Netflix versus wrestling doc. Camera 1, take 1, mark. Camera 2, take 1, mark. This whole documentary started in the most unglamorous way, at a local wrestling show in a brewery. I didn't go there to make a film. A friend of mine owned the brewery. I grew up watching wrestling, and in some ways, it's what got me into filmmaking. I thought the show was going to be ridiculous, a local wrestling show, you know? But then I went, and I saw Patrick. He wasn't pretending. He wasn't performing. He was genuinely showing up with everything he had. So I reached out to him, snuck into his DMs. I thought I was making a 10-minute piece about his story for YouTube. But then more stories opened up. More wrestlers got involved. The emotional stakes became bigger. And suddenly, I wasn't making a short. I was making a feature. And I produced it myself. I shot it, edited it, colored it, and funded it on a budget that wouldn't cover one day of catering on a studio film. And I did this for an entire year. After I finished the film, I sent out private links, not even pitching, just asking for feedback. And then distributors started responding. For starters, Nacelle. They found me through the YouTube channel Toy Federation that I produce.
Today, I got a G.I. Joe collection coming in. Guys bringing in G.I. Joe Club exclusives, figure subscription service exclusives, 60, 80.
Right.
Pretty much just a giant modern collection of G.I. Joe.
For the very low price of $60, drop it in the comments.
There's a lot of higher end pieces, extremely limited pieces. And the catch with that is, that stuff doesn't fly out of here.
I mean, it looks like you boxed it up to give it back to me.
I guess we're gonna see if he's gonna take my offer or not.
Oh, this negotiation's gonna go terribly. Just turn the camera off.
Nacelle is currently buying old cartoon licenses and remaking them. And the toys. They even have The Rock and Ryan Reynolds on board. That was surreal. The idea that this film made on my own dime could actually go somewhere. But the more I talked to them, the more the deal became not them buying it, but basically renting it from me forever, with the insurance cost being my responsibility. Then they started talking about foreign markets and airline channels like Delta, exclusivity clauses, geographic restrictions, profit splits, and licensing lockups. I'd make no money and no one would see it. The wrestlers' stories wouldn't get out there. The story that means so much to me, so much to them, it wasn't just selling the film, it was surrendering it. I'm also not naive. I know that my documentary isn't Netflix quality because Netflix has become what it has become. So Netflix buying Warner Brothers is symbolic. Distribution isn't expanding, it's shrinking. Decision makers aren't multiplying, they're consolidating. More control, fewer opportunities, tighter gates. And I had this realization. Right now, YouTube is exactly where Netflix was 10 years ago. Back when people didn't take streaming seriously. Back when no one believed digital releases were real cinema. Back when the idea of a streaming platform winning awards like the Oscars sounded ridiculous. And today, that's how people talk about YouTube films. Oh, it's just on YouTube. Is that a real film? Why not put it somewhere official? I heard all of those comments. But history repeats itself. Here's what YouTube already has: YouTube TV, paid memberships, premium monetization, algorithms that find audiences, feature-length uploads, live premieres, real-time audience data. 10 years ago, YouTube TV sounded ridiculous, and today, it replaced cable. 10 years ago, Netflix producing original movies sounded ridiculous. Today, they own a legacy studio. So I had to decide, does my film disappear into someone's digital shelf, or does it live somewhere open and public with no barrier? Do people watch it only if they accidentally come across it on their flight to LaGuardia? Or do they watch it because it spreads through the audience that actually cares? So, no one bought my documentary because I chose not to let anyone buy it. Not because the film wasn't good enough, it is. Not because the interest wasn't real, because there was, but because I want anyone, anywhere to watch it instantly. I want someone who's struggling to stay committed to click play and see someone else doing the same. I want wrestlers to feel represented by something honest. I want the story available, not locked up. 10 years ago, Netflix was not considered legitimate filmmaking. 10 years later, they bought Warner Brothers. 10 years ago, YouTube was not considered a place for feature films. It was a place for cat videos. 10 years from now, who knows where it'll be? And I'd rather be early. I'd rather keep ownership. I'd rather build where the audiences already are. So that's why the documentary is on YouTube. The same place as the other shows I'm creating, like Toy Federation, Toy Addicts, Pixel Dan, Workshop, Daily Racer, and more to come. If you haven't seen it yet, the link is below. And if you did watch it, comment what stood out to you, because now distribution isn't determined by a buyer. It's determined by the people who show up.
I find myself most comfortable just turning my own self up by like a lot.
This is not over!
People can just do this. You can just sign up and just do it.
Guys, gals, non-binary pals, tips, rise up, Patrick Scott, the reality is...
I knew that indies existed, I knew that, TNA was a thing, but how do I do this? That's for me, they're cheering for me. You're welcome, they made this.
We're independent contractors, putting your business out there. You're hanging the signs on the thing with your number on it.
Welcome back to the King's Gate Show!
So the King's Gate is just a collaboration between 4 Carolina wrestlers, wanted to be utilized more in the companies that we were working for.
Wait, you shut up!
The heels always have a bigger following than the baby faces do.
People really hate me.
To me, it's funny because I know that's a different side of him.
It's a very jam-packed schedule. Almost every weekend is full.
Last night went really well, and we are now only 3 hours away from home.
I will say that the people that are still around from the 80s and 90s and are still into wrestling today, they have evolved with the business.
There's a lot of good stuff that old school guys can still teach new school guys, but there's a lot of new stuff out there that's just as good and amazing.
So strong.
He's got this, he knows what to do. He's learned, and he's built up his body too. Like, he exercises all the time, so he's prepared for what's coming.
Well, there's a reason they call them high-risk maneuvers.
Just coughed up a little bit of blood, and I'm trying to decide if that's good or not.
So I would say his mental well-being is definitely impacted by wrestling. I'm almost certain that every single wrestler's mental well-being is.
It is a business that can just tear you down.
I look in the mirror and I see that twig kid looking right back at me.
I will give you every single bit of classless Mason Miles that I have.
It can't all be a character. The line has to blur,
When you're in front of a TV, people see you around the world.
Sure, a contract would give me more money. Duh.
Everybody wants that contract.
But there's nothing worth more than giving someone else their money's worth.
You don't know what's next for you. I mean, you just literally just live this life until you decide you don't want to anymore.
what is this? Beyond the Mat? No thank you.
My goodness.
Give it. Oh.